From Minnesota Communities Caring for Children.
For the past 10 years, Minnesota Communities Caring for Children has been sharing new scientific discoveries around adverse childhood experiences, or ACEs, brain science, and resilience across the state. The ACE study shows that adversity in childhood significantly increases the risk of many health and social problems across the lifespan. Understanding brain development and resilience points us to healing and interrupting cycles of trauma. We invite individuals and communities to help create that healing.
In 2013, we began enlisting diverse Minnesotans to help spread the word by certifying them to present a curriculum called Understanding Adverse Childhood Experiences, Building Self-Healing Communities.
We asked some of our ACE Interface presenters to talk to us about their work on ACEs.
What are some new connections you've been able to make because of this work? Tell me a story of a time that you've connected with others through this work. How have you seen this work impacting people around you? What do you see as the value of this work on ACEs?
They had some great answers.
Being a certified presenter has opened up doors for me.
For me personally, when I first learned about ACEs, it was like this light bulb went off in my head, and I started to understand myself and my family and the communities that I work in from a completely different lens and perspective.
I say the biggest impact was within my family, which, we see it, we can live together, a whole lot better.
I think the biggest thing for me is really giving people the tools and the ability to feel empowered about their story.
They're making connections in their communities.
So I was able to work with a ministry called Timber Bay, and they are in the state of Minnesota and Iowa and Wisconsin, and they work with at-risk youth. And so the other day I went to a training, about 40 people there. It was their statewide staff, and I was able to do the ACEs presentation for them, and they were all very excited about that. I told them I'd come to their local communities and work with their community leaders if they wanted to do a presentation there. One of the other presenters there heard me talk about ACEs and has connected me with some people down in the cities now. Possible invitation to speak with over 600 youth pastors about ACEs and present.
And there was one gentleman in particular who shared his work with inmates in a correctional facility and their challenges with addiction. Almost everybody in the group had some trauma history, and how when they got into the treatment of addiction, it often brought them back to childhood attachment and challenges with family of origin and things like that. So it was really interesting for me to connect with him, just my background in psychology and what I do in my work.
They're using it in their own families.
I just say I love the ACEs for giving me the opportunity to share it in my family.
Within my own family, starting to have these conversations has led to, like I said, a lot of tears, but also a lot of healing. And I think a new closeness and understanding of one another that we never had before.
Knowing ACEs, I think the parent can provide inside that house a calmer environment, an environment in which the child can feel they're loved, they're welcome, they're cared for, and that they are protected. And how critical those very small gestures can build the resilience of that child, can help them lead a safer, more confident, and a more competent life.
Work on ACEs is having a big impact.
Typically, when people talk about ACEs and their own experiences, they feel a lot of shame and embarrassment and they don't want to talk about it. This has given people the opportunity to really take back their story and really feel empowered and really have the tools and the knowledge to be able to move forward in a way that they maybe couldn't before this information.
I'm really excited to see what emerges for the tribal communities that we're working in right now around ACEs, and the continued healing in my own family, and knowing that as this work moves forward, my family is not going to be the only one that's impacted, that it is going to ripple out across individual by individual, family by family, throughout the community.
What if parents have those tools that they can utilize inside their household and provide that safe space for their children? The children can survive and they can do well and be successful. And I think that's where the hope lies, that the knowledge, really provides us with the tools to better care about ourselves, our children, and to care about each other and our communities. I'm hopeful.
Thank you to all of our trainers and presenters for your amazing work. Thank you to ACE Interface LLC, Laura Porter, and Dr. Rob Anda for use of your amazing curriculum. Without you, none of this would be possible.